Good morning, SMF MMTs. Today's date, 12/11/2010, time 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Dow weekly chart. What we're going to show here, MMTs, and this is your platform, but we're just going to show you here that we're up here at these major tops in this platform. Now, what I am going to do, MMTs, is that I am going to go into your brain here, and I'm going to make sure that everything is set correctly, which it is, and I'm going to populate the historical data so that you can see where the expansion has been to the triple top price action high. What I will do is I will also hit the deltas here. Now watch how I priced all the lines. Before there was no lines, bam, there it is right there. So that's the data that we're going to go by, because this is always accurate versus standard stuff. But however, I'm going to blow this part up right here. I'm going to talk about this reversal trend that occurred. There was a time that this had occurred, and basically it was on 426, and they really slid the bid on that particular move right over here in this chart. This is that big down week right there that occurred. The reversal is right here, 426. Bam, flash crash and it all. We called that April high. Then what I want to show the MMTs, that's where that happened and where we're currently going to be going now. So that was at the beginning of the year right here. This high right here, MMTs, was made on 11/1 at 1144.51 on the S&P, so you know, in our platform. And what a weekly range, 380.20 in price movement on that Dow. This other high here on 11/8 was 11,439 on the Dow. That's this reversal bar. This high here that we just overcame, MMTs, was 11,388. And what you talk about a big week here, 459 points in the total price action from the bottom up on the Dow to this top of that bar, and that's on 11/29 of 2010 right here. Exactly done in the SMF platform the way that it should be. So let's take this current top right here on our platform, and here we have it right now. We're boring right down into that, MMTs. This bar right here, weekly price action from the bottom up. The total movement, once again, that I'm seeing was 459 Dow points from the bottom up to there. And take a look at this one, MMTs. Half bar here is 11,389. We closed on the Dow at 11,410. Oh, yes, we did. Up 40.26 handles. My point of it is, now here we are. This is what counts. This is where the Dow is either going to blow through there and go much higher or not. The way that we will understand that is we'll be using everything in the SMF trade management system within the SMF trading management application that we have on making our decisions that are always true and correct. There's not going to be any false evaluations. And go back and look at last week. All week, the Dow kept selling out at the highs. Because it did. Every time that equities would go up, pre-market videos that were done the prior week, so it's now 12/11, go back to the prior 5-day futures market update, you'll know that what has to change, instead of selling in to these multi-top resistance levels and multi-yearly highs in some of the indexes and equity prices, as they continue to sell, and the short sellers, and we're getting a good piece of that move, and the people that were closing out some year-end profits and taking profits, that's part of what that selling was as well. And as of year to date at 12/11/2010, that's exactly where we're at on this weekly Dow. And this is the weekly all-time tops right there that we're dealing with. So basically, when we go into trading next week, we're going to make sure that the Dow does not close below half of its bar here. This was a nice bar right here for the Dow. It's 11,159 at support, and bounce and then go higher. But we're going to see what this next week is. This is the closing week right here that we just closed. So the next week is that we got to break north of that half of that closing bar. Wow, 251.2 points above. That's the half bar advance. That's very bullish in our system, because our system knows how to establish trend momentum at price action. So therefore, we've got a bullish thing going on up here, but they can't keep selling in. So as the sellers are selling and the short sellers keep popping it down, we need a lot of buyers to take out these double weekly highs on the Dow challenge.